Welcome to G5Jeff TV. Hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the share button as you come on in. Please follow your boy on Instagram at BoxWithG5Jeff TV. That's BOXWIT G5Jeff TV. Now, the hottest topic in boxing right now is definitely the WBC, the green belt, the most prestigious belt out of all the sanctioning bodies according to the majority of the boxers and basically the boxing public. They're in the headlines right now because they made Vasyl Lomachenko a franchise champion, and prior to that they made Canelo Alvarez a franchise champion. Now, for the people that do not know what a franchise champion is, I'm going to read it out to you. Franchise champion is a special status that offers special privileges in regards to mandatory obligations, fighting for multiple titles in multiple divisions, and competing for titles of other organizations. That is a franchise champion. Let me get into it a little bit deeper. A regular champion or a normal champion that doesn't have the franchise champion status, they have what they call mandatories. And usually how that goes is the sanctioning body, per their rankings, will give the champion a mandatory to fight. And once they fight that mandatory, then a lot of times they're given a voluntary where they can do what they want to do. And a lot of times they'll accept the fight if it's a guy in the top 15 in the division or in the rankings. That's usually how it goes. Okay. Now, the franchise championship was given to Canelo Alvarez at the time that Jamal Charlo was the mandatory for him. And there was some noise about Jamal Charlo getting a shot at Canelo Alvarez. Vasyl Lomachenko was given the franchise championship status when Devin Haney became his mandatory. Now, I've read a lot of articles. I've listened to a lot of videos on this. And one of the main narratives I'm hearing is the WBC should be boycotted. And why is the WBC giving out franchise belts when it's the black fighter that becomes the mandatory? Everybody has their opinion on the WBC franchise belt situation. Okay. And let me put this out here before I even continue. Big shout out to Ness from the Boxing Voice. Like, he really did a great job of journalism with the president of the WBC at the WBC convention in Cancun, and that took some balls too. A lot of people wouldn't have went there, but Ness from the Boxing Voice definitely went there with the president from the WBC, and it was legitimate points, legitimate questions. So big shout out to Ness from the Boxing Voice. But we all have our opinion on this WBC franchise belt situation, and the majority of it is, it's bullshit with the WBC, like, for sure. Like, no doubt about it. But I've seen narratives that, they're like, oh, well, we're going to boycott the WBC, and why are they making Canelo Alvarez a franchise champion, and why are they making Vasyl Lomachenko a franchise champion when the black fighter becomes their mandatory? The WBC situation is bullshit Lord knows I've called out the WBC plenty of times on their bullshit. But the one thing that I will speak on is we cannot make this about race. This is not about race. It's not. Like just at the end of the day, it's not about race. And if you want to say it's about color, it ain't about racial color. It's about green. It's about money. Let me break it down a little bit further for you people that think that this is a race issue. Like, oh, well, the black fighter becomes the mandatory. Now they're the ones that have to fight all the mandatories and all this and all that. And Canelo Alvarez and Vasyl Lomachenko get a pass. I'll give you guys a little history lesson, little trip down memory lane. WBC really just put an actual title to this status. They call it the franchise champion. But if you actually look at things, the WBC has been doing this for a very, and I mean very, long time. And you want to know who the original quote-unquote franchise champion was? Floyd Money Mayweather. Yes, I said it. Ain't nobody go here, but I'm going there. The original franchise champion was Floyd Mayweather Jr. And Floyd Mayweather Jr. has been fighting for WBC titles his whole career. WBC champion, super featherweight, lightweight, junior welterweight, welterweight, and at 154. So Floyd Mayweather has been a WBC champion damn near his whole career. Since the Gennaro Hernandez fight. It's facts. The reason I said Floyd Mayweather Jr. was the original franchise champion, go back and think about it for a second. When did Floyd Mayweather ever fight a mandatory? When? I'll wait. Floyd Mayweather never fought mandatories when he became Floyd Money Mayweather. The WBC didn't make him do anything he didn't want to do. Where do you think Canelo Alvarez gets it from? Canelo Alvarez moved the way he moved because of Floyd. He watched Floyd. Floyd Mayweather was the original franchise champion. Floyd did what he wanted when he wanted. He didn't follow the WBC rules. Again, I'm going to read the definition of a franchise champion. Special status that offers special privileges in regard to mandatory obligations, fighting for multiple titles in multiple divisions, and competing for titles of other organizations. If that's not Floyd Mayweather in its essence, y'all explain to me what it is. See, the problem I have with this situation is, number one, y'all trying to make it about race, and it's not about race. Number two, y'all trying to act like this is brand new. This is not brand new. It was so bad with the WBC in regards to Floyd Mayweather Jr. that when Floyd Mayweather won the junior middleweight title at 154 pounds, they let him keep the belt for over 2 years without a mandatory being announced or a title defense against a mandatory at 154. And on top of that, he held a belt at 154 and 147, 2 different weight classes, and he had no mandatories for 2 years. And that completely goes against the WBC rules. So let's not act like the WBC hasn't been doing whatever the hell they wanted for a long period of time. And people want to put this franchise belt situation in the light. Let me put something else in the light. This ain't new. This ain't new at all. This actually started with another sanctioning body. Only difference is WBC put a name on it. History lesson. What was the difference between Keith Thurman having the title, the Super Championship, and Manny Pacquiao having a regular championship? When you was a super champion of that sanctioning body, you didn't have no mandatories. You didn't have no mandatory obligations. Same as a franchise champion. But if you was the regular champion for that sanctioning body, then you had mandatories. You had obligations. So the WBC is not even the first sanctioning body to even do this shit. They're just the first ones to actually put a name on it and highlight it. This franchise situation been going on for a while, for a long time. Floyd Mayweather was the original franchise champion. The last time I checked, he's black. This ain't about race. This is about money. And the reason I'm not getting hype about this situation is because the core of the problem is we don't have one governing body to oversee the entire sport. One of my favorite boxing figures of all time, Teddy Atlas, has been screaming this for the past 20-something years, probably longer than that. Until they have a governing body over the entire sport of boxing, you're going to get bullshit like this. Answer this for me. Who does the WBC have to answer to? Nobody. Who does the WBA have to answer to? Nobody. Who does the WBO, the IBF, or even the IBO have to answer to? Nobody. All of these sanctioning bodies are independent contractors. They're independent contractors. Boxing is the only sport that doesn't have a governing body overseeing the entire sport. The NFL has a governing body in a union. Basketball, baseball, soccer, governing body, union. Boxing is the only sport that doesn't have a governing body. That's why there's so much corruption and bullshit like this going on in boxing. And y'all just want to highlight this franchise belt situation? Let's get to the core of it. Let's get to the core of it. At the end of the day, until boxing has a governing body through the actual government to oversee the entire sport, to govern the entire sport of boxing, these type of situations with these sanctioning bodies will never end. This ain't about race. The only color this is involved with is money. Green. Y'all let me know what y'all think in the comment section. G5Jeff TV. Hit the subscribe button. Hit the like button. Please share this video. Support your boy. Support good content at all times. I appreciate y'all. Peace.